Nice. Just come see your Ford dealer during our holiday sales event for our best offers of the year. Ford, built for the holidays. Built Ford proud.
Best-in-class towing and payload when properly configured. Class has light-duty pickups under 8,500 pounds GVWR based on Ford segmentation.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Look for sunny skies today with a high getting near 48. Clouds tonight with an overnight low around 35. Tomorrow's going to be partly sunny. The high's going to be near 50 tomorrow. 30% chance of rain moves into the forecast overnight tomorrow night with the low around 41. Rain is likely to continue on Thursday with cloudy skies and a high near 53. And Thursday night rain with a low around 46. Today's forecast again is calling for sunny skies with a high near 48.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Bella Marie Boutique.
Ready or not, the holidays are here. Don't forget the best gift under the tree. Perry's Floors and More can replace that old worn-out floor with a new floor that will add warmth and style to any room in your home. At Perry's Floors and More, you can choose from luxurious designer carpets, beautiful luxury vinyl plank, or luxury vinyl tile floors that will stand up to the wear and spills of your holiday guests. Whichever floor you choose will be backed by reputable manufacturers and installed with expert care. Bill and Lucy at Perry's Floors and More, 127 West Market Street, Princeton, and get the best gift under the tree.
The time has come for Moonlight Madness in Princeton. Find great deals at places like Posh Embroidery, The Cat's Tail Used Books, Brantley Furniture, The Joshua Tree Boutique, Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, Bella Marie Boutique, and The Tin Roof. It is Moonlight Madness, December 13th in Princeton.
1580 103.3 WPKY, and yeah, some days just go a little better than others, don't they? We are joined this morning by Caldwell School Superintendent Nate Huggins. Good morning, Nate.
Good morning, Miss. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Well, thanks for the invitation. I really appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate you coming. We want to hear what all about what's going on at the Caldwell County School System.
Well, I'll tell you, everything's going on in the Caldwell County School System. We have a great faculty and staff. Our kids are engaged every day in the classroom. We've had a great first semester here in Princeton. It's just remarkable to see what our faculty and staff do every single day with our kids in the classroom. I mean, they are in the hunt every day trying to make a better life for these kids. And our support staff, our custodians and food service workers, bus drivers, everybody is on the same page as far as educating these kids and doing what we can to help them. The Board of Education, I'm truly blessed to be with a board that has a common focus, and that is the betterment of education in our school district. There's nobody there that has an agenda. Mike Traylor is our board chair, and this would be his last board meeting. I'd like to publicly thank Mike for all his years of service for our great school system. He's done a fabulous job leading us and doing the right thing for kids and the right thing for teachers. Just a super individual, and we're going to miss him. We're having 2 new board members come on. I'm trying to think. Stacy, I'm losing her last name. Kim from the bank, and Stacy, who's a retired school teacher. I'm sorry, but I'm just not good with names at first. But we're so proud to have them on our school board. The school board, when we started out this school year, their number one priority was to make sure that our schools were safe. They authorized a security resource officer, and then the hospital board had some tax money left over, and they allocated $80,000 towards our school for a second resource officer. And I've got to thank our judge executive for helping us with that. I mean, that situation was absolutely wonderful for our school district. And also the board approved a grant writer for the district to help generate additional revenue for our school district. And that's Tammy Sanders. She's brought on. And they also approved in September board meeting to joining the WKEC consortium. And that's given us the opportunity to be a part of a Gear Up grant, which is going to be over $1 million this school year for all the participating districts that are part of that. Can bring in the stem cell research and also Project Lead the Way into our school system, which is fabulous programs for kids to be a part of. At the high school this Saturday, we have a wrestling tournament. It's called the Armstrong Classic, and it starts at 9 o'clock, $5 admission. I'd like to go out, everybody go out there and support that activity. Also, the high school Pride of Bands has their annual Christmas concert on the 17th at 7 o'clock at the Fine Arts Center, and it's free admission. Middle school this morning hosted Muffins for Moms, and has Donuts for Dads tomorrow. And what they're doing, they're talking about their mission statement and what they believe in their classrooms, and trying to get feedback from those parents that come in to discuss that with Mr. Smiley and his staff. And at the elementary school, the choir is going to be out caroling tomorrow at McDonald's, at the nursing home, and they're coming to the board office to sing for us, which we're looking forward to it. And at the preschool, on the 18th, they have the Christmas program, 9:30 and 12:30. So parents please come out and join us for that. This month's board meeting, we have construction updates for the ATC. The ATC will have a ribbon cutting on the 10th at 10 o'clock. Correction, not the 10th, the 13th. It's already past the 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah, excuse me.
Today's the 11th.
Today's the 11th. I'm a day late and $1 short. But no, we're on the 13th at 10 o'clock. Derek Ramsey, Secretary of Labor, is coming down, and we're going to have a ribbon cutting at 10 o'clock. We're going to have the other districts that support the ATC out here, that send their students out here, going to be a part of that activity. And we're looking forward to a lot of people showing up for that great activity for our school district and our community. We're going to have programs where the adults at night can come in and take classes. That's one of our focal points, is to try to bring the community and be involved in that facility. And
okay, Nate, I'm sorry, just back up just 1 minute. ATC stands for?
The excuse me, Area Technical Center, but it's going to be called the Regional Career Center.
Okay.
We changed the name to protect the innocent, so to speak, but
okay.
it's the Area Technical Center is what we've always called it in the past, but it's going to be the Regional Career Center.
Okay.
And it's going to be for Dawson Springs, Lyon County, Trigg County, Caldwell County, and I've drawn a blank. Crittenden County.
Okay. And so that you're going to have adult classes. Let's talk just a little bit about that.
Okay.
I'm sure you've got more stuff you want to get to, but I want to pause
fine.
you for just one moment, because I did want to talk about this. What sort of classes are being offered there for whom?
Right now we have culinary class, we have the electrician's class, we have a plumber's class, first plumber's class in the state of Kentucky. We have a welding class, and we have an automotive class. And there's information technology, and we also have a nursing program there. So, I mean, it's in the culinary class is going to be inside the high school. We moved that room into the high school, and that will be a part of the high school curriculum next year. We're not going to do away with that. We're doing away with that through the Regional Career Center, but that will be a part of the kids' opportunity next year in the high school as part of the curriculum that we have there. But right now, we've had and also a carpentry class. And the carpentry class, their first project was on a front porch for a house that I just bought. And they came down, and I'd rather give the money back to the carpentry class. And they replaced the front deck on the porch of the house we just moved into. It was absolutely wonderful to see these kids out there, and the teacher guiding them on how to do things and why you do it this way. I mean, just a terrific educational opportunity for our kids.
And these classes are offered to all the high school students?
All the high school students of those districts that we mentioned. 5 school districts are using it right now.
They have to be certain grades? Do they have to
9 through 12.
Grades 9 through 12. Do they have to meet any sort of?
No, they just have to. They just have to be a student and be interested in that field. I mean, it just gives somebody the opportunity to carry something through their life. That they may not be a carpenter, but they could take that class and know enough to do just home repair. And save them thousands of dollars over their lifetime.
I see.
I'd love to be able to be a plumber. You know, I'd love to have that opportunity to take a plumbing class. When I was in high school, we had just a shop class that I took, and I know a little bit about woodworking, but we didn't talk about automotive, we didn't talk about electricity, plumbing, carpentry, or welding. I'd love to be able to go through a welding class. I mean, they make $30 to $40 an hour. To walk out of high school to have a certification as a apprentice welder. I mean, What a great activity for our kids.
How long do these classes last for them
It's
to
a
get
semester.
an
It's a
actual-
semester class.
And they walk away with a certification?
They walk away with a certificate of completion that they've completed the studies and the hands-on requirement for that class.
Okay, and then there's just the one class, so then there's not anything, like after that class is done, there's not an advanced?
I'm not for sure. I'm sure there's an advanced carpentry class, an advanced plumbing class. I haven't looked at the specifics on those because it's ran by the state. We're
see.
responsible for the building, but the state runs the curriculum for that structure.
Okay, I see. And is there a cost to the students?
No. They may have some class cost, but I don't think there's anything that's going to come out of their pocket that's going to be substantial.
Sure. And so have they started offering adult classes yet, or is
No,
that in the
that's
works?
just something that we would like to look at and discuss with them to have that opportunity for our community to maybe change a career path there or give somebody the opportunity to start working with somebody that doesn't have the experience that they need in order to be hired.
Amanda Davenport was in here yesterday, and she was telling us about the ribbon cutting.
Right.
So I'm glad that it worked out that you were able to come in today.
Yeah, I just got to get my dates right. You know, it was the 10th. Everybody missed it.
No, it's at 10 o'clock.
It's at 10 o'clock on the 13th.
Yeah.
And Derek Ramsey, the Secretary of Labor, is coming down to do the ribbon cutting. And we've got, it starts at 10, and we should be finished, I would think, by 12 o'clock.
Okay.
But anybody's welcome to come to attend that if they'd like to come out.
Is there anything else you can tell us about that facility?
It's beautiful inside. I mean, it's brought up to the current specs for automotive, for welding. We've got, I think, 10 new welding booths in there. The automotive shop has been all the different machines that they brought in to balance tires. And I mean, you can take your car in there and schedule it. You got to go through the office to do a work order is what they say. Do a work order and to schedule your service, but I believe you can bring your car in there for automotive, for example, and just bring the oil and the oil filter, and I think there's a small charge. It's nothing like you pay here at a fast lube place, but an excellent opportunity for kids to learn and for you to get something done at a lesser cost.
Oh, of course, yeah. Now, so you said that you used to call this, so refresh my memory. Did this...
Used to be called the Area Technical College, Technical Center, ATC.
Well, what I was asking, the last time we talked, I think you had said that the building was there and then they stopped operating and now you
No, what it was is the building was there and we renovated it. We went through, we put in for a grant. We received a grant from the state in order to renovate this building because it was built in the 1970s. So it was kind of behind the times, and we needed more space to do more things with our kids. So we've expanded that. RBS out of Owensboro is the architect, and we have A&K Construction that have been the construction folks on this job. And we've got a building right now that we're very proud of, and the kids are going to be excited to get. I'm sure that they're tired of going to the classrooms in the high school. They want to get a hands-on environment. And that's something that we're looking forward to. On now, they probably won't get into the building until 1 January. They'll be piecemealing some stuff that's in storage right now. We're still waiting on a few shelves. They haven't come in yet. And that's the kind of the thing about remodel. Sometimes you get the equipment in when you need it, and I mean you order it and it still doesn't come in on time. So kind of delays the process a little bit.
Will their schedule operate the same as the high school schedule?
Yeah, it's the same schedule. I mean, the first class starts at 8 o'clock. We finish at 2:50. So in the buses from the different schools, they come in probably a little earlier than 2:50, come in 2:30, I think, so they can get out of the way of our buses and pick their kids up.
I see.
I mean, it's a great activity for any kids in the Western Kentucky area that uses this facility.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm just excited for our kids. I just wish I had that opportunity as a young high school student to be able to get a hands-on environment and those skills. You know, we took a home ec class in high school, but it's nothing like the culinary. And they have a meal every week that they make that you can buy. And it's $20. It serves 6. We bought some ziti last week, and my wife and I have eaten on that meal for the past 3 or 4 days. I mean, it doesn't bother me to eat the same thing every day, but I mean, it is absolutely delicious. They did a fabulous job on their meals.
Oh, good.
I mean, if you're ever interested in that, I think you can get online and get with the culinary teacher and schedule to say, I'd like to pick up a meal.
Well, yeah, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah, look into that. It's a good deal if you're just kind of short on time and you have to have something made for the family for supper.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
We've got some. I just want to talk about some stuff on the board agenda coming up on Monday. We got, of course, the construction update for the ATC to kind of close out some last-minute things there. We're going to discuss our improvement and approve our comprehensive improvement plan for all schools in the district. We're going to discuss and approve contracts for non-resident students to include Christian County, Crittenden County, Dawson Springs, Hopkins County, Lyon County, Trigg County, and Webster County. We're going to adjust the adult meal prices to be set at $2.75 for breakfast and $3.50 for lunch for the remainder of this school year. We're going to discuss and approve the calendar committee that puts together the school calendar committee for next school year. And then we're going to look at, it's on the calendar right now as a makeup day. We've missed one snow day already. And we're going to discuss and possibly approve a makeup day on the 19th of December. And it shouldn't be an alarm to anybody in the school district because it's already on the calendar as a scheduled makeup day. And I just feel we're going to have a bad winter because we've already had some stuff we normally have not had this time of the year. So please be aware that we could possibly have a makeup day on the December 19th. That decision will be made next Monday by the board as we discuss it. But it is already on the schedule, so it should not be a surprise for anybody. Now the preschool, I don't know, did I talk about the caroling for the middle school?
You did.
I did. And the preschool has their Christmas programs on the 18th at 9:30 and 12:30. So if parents, just put that on your calendar. If you have a kid that's in preschool and you want to go to the Christmas program, it's at 9:30 for the half-day kids and then at 12:30 for the full-day kids. I just want to tell the community I'm just thoroughly impressed with the people's willingness to ask, can I help you? And I've never had anybody turn me down for anything that I've asked help for in this community, and it's just truly a blessing to be here.
That's wonderful. I've said it a million times. I'll say it a million more. This is a great community.
It really is.
Support each other.
They really support each other, and the common cause to help these kids move on and be better in their life than what they have experienced in theirs.
Yes, for sure. Let's talk about one other thing that intrigued me there.
Okay.
You talked about stem cell research.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's very cutting edge. That's very, but you think about that as an advanced course of study, not so much something that you see in the high school.
There's kids in elementary school that are studying that right now.
Right?
Research proves that the earlier we give the concept to a child, the faster that they'll retain that and learn more about it. I mean, it's just phenomenal what we're giving our kids to learn at an early age. I mean, I didn't know what a telephone was, or not. We had an Etch-a-Sketch, but that just shows you what my age is. I don't know if you know what an Etch-a-Sketch is or not.
I do know what an Etch-a-Sketch
is. The robotics that's a part of the Gear Up grant and the Project Lead the Way and the stem cells, it's just something we need to bring to our kids. And the board and I discussed that when I went through my interview, that they wanted to see more advanced classes brought into our school system, and this is a great way to do it. They approved us to be a part of the consortium back in September board. And we were just so fortunate that another school district decided not to be a part of this grant this year because we were not a part of it when they wrote the grant. And that we knew that going in, that if they had a grant already on the books, that we would not be a part of that. Well, when they had one drop out, then Dr. Settle, I'd like to thank him for helping us. He went back to the director of the grant and said, hey, we had a district that dropped out. We'd like another district wants to come in. Well, you would accept that. So the numbers are still the same for that grant. So we're fortunate that we get to be a part of that I think it's $1.2 million this year. I know it's over $1 million that we get a part of that money to start bringing some stem cell research and other activities into our middle school and high school.
And is that going to be incorporated just into the science classes, or is it a separate?
Right. No.
Okay. Okay.
And we've already talked to Miss Weitzel's already talked to the principals, and they said that they're on board with it, and we're going to work it in. Anything we can give our kids to look at that they're normally not a part of, I think broadens their horizons for their future.
Sure, and the adults too. I mean,
right, exactly.
How many teachers do you have that already know how to teach them cell research?
Probably zero. I can't say that because I don't know what their background
Sure.
is, but I would say that since it's not on the books right now, we don't teach it every day. It'd probably be new to them as well.
Sure, they're going to have to learn as well.
It's a great opportunity for our kids. It really is, and I'm excited about it. Miss Weitzel's excited about it, and our Christy Phelps is excited about it, and Steve Smiley's excited about it as well.
Yeah, but I don't know about you, but it kind of makes me want to go back to school.
Well, it does. I want to go in there and see what actually they're going through to see what we can pick up. I mean, we have to continue to be lifelong learners. We have to. I mean, as soon as you stop doing that, I think you stop living. I mean, that's how I see it.
Well, that's a good observation.
Yeah, it really
we've
is.
always got to learn. And unfortunately, sometimes we learn by making our mistakes.
Well, I make a number of them every day.
I do too.
I really do, and it is absolutely amazing. Sometimes you work as hard as you try to put something together, and it still doesn't go well. And everybody's going to fail in their life. And I would just like to put a message out to our students that it's not that you fail as a problem; it's that you stop trying to learn and to be better and to win in that perspective, knowing that you're going to fail. Mm-hmm. It's going to happen. But it's how you take that failure is the educational point that you need to make positive for yourself.
Sure. And one thing that you are offering to children are different opportunities.
Opportunities, exactly.
If what they wanted to do isn't necessarily where they fit in, there are other options.
There are other options they can get be involved in and help them grow in the educational environment. And maybe we like for the middle school students, quite frankly, to start looking for a career path. If you wait till the high school to start looking at that, you're behind. So really you need to start thinking about, what do I want to do with my life? And you need to do that as early as you possibly can. And we think middle school is where we're going to try to start focusing our effort in that area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And, another thing along those lines, I think it's important to teach the kids that just because they did not do well at this thing doesn't mean that they failed. It just means that wasn't meant for them.
That wasn't meant for them. It's just something that didn't hold their interest, mm-hmm. and that they haven't found their path yet. Yeah. I mean, we never give up.
I think
always find a way to find your niche in life that's going to make you successful.
Right. And I think if you can get to a point where you can accept that, then you can accept failure.
Yeah. If you'd have told me back when I was a kid going through school that I was going to spend 22 years in the military, and I was going to come back and be in education, be a teacher, be a coach, I'd be a bus driver, and then eventually be a principal, assistant superintendent, and then a superintendent, I'd say there's something wrong with you. You just don't. Your mind's not ready for it at a young age. But I did know that I wanted to go in the military because my dad was in the military, and I went through college and I went through the ROTC program at Western. Went into the military, loved that, and then I said, well, when I retire here from the military, what am I going to do? So I loved education, loved being with kids, and I started education as a teacher's assistant and a bus driver and a coach back in 1997, and then I worked my way up to where I am now. So never say never, because tomorrow is always another step in your life, and make it a positive one.
That's right, and a lot of us are like that.
Right.
Radio was never on my radar ever, but I somehow ended up there, and I love my job today.
Yeah,
I just absolutely love this job. I just hope that I have employers that are forgiving of those many errors that I make every day.
Well, we all make errors every day. I mean, I have the face for radio. I've always told people that.
I know. We turn these cameras on, and I'm like, there's a reason I do radio, not these cameras. Come on.
Yeah.
But I can stand back here in the corner and stay out of it.
But I'm also pleased to announce that we're finally Princeton residents. We've got a house over on North Seminary, 205 North Seminary. We got it from Joey and Margaret East, and we're in the house, and we have more boxes than we have space, I think. And my wife's probably pulling her hair out, saying, "Where am I going to put this?"
Oh.
But I just want to thank my wife for agreeing to come on down, and because her mom's not in good health, she was going to stay in E-Town for a while, and I was just going to transfer her back and forth. did that since 1 July, and at 282 miles a day kind of gets to you after a while.
It does.
But we're home. We're residents of Princeton. We're excited about being here, and truly blessed to be in a great community that we're in.
Yeah, I forgot. The last time you were here, you told me you commute from Elizabeth.
I had a car. I have a Prius just like yours. It's not orange like yours.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I had one a color, it's cobalt. It's kind of a grayish, but it'd have to be blue or red. It could be red for Western or blue for UK.
Right, gotcha.
So,
yeah. Well,
Are you a Tennessee fan?
My husband is.
Oh, okay.
My husband is.
I got you.
And I kind of lean towards the more unusual. Now, that having been said, I do have a blue Tundra, and they are UK blue Tundra and a UK, or Caldwell County. They're Caldwell County blue.
There you go.
I have a Caldwell County blue Tundra and a Caldwell County blue RAV.
There
so,
you
know.
There you go. Yeah.
If I can convince him that that's not UK, we're all right.
Yeah. But see, this car here brings you a lot better gas mileage.
Yes. Yeah, that's why this one's. That's why you see this one and not the others.
Yeah, exactly.
I dread the day when I'm going to have to break out the Tundra to bring her here because she likes to eat.
Well, a lot.
Yes.
Exit to exit, the gas gauge keeps going down.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I mean, Tallulah will get me here. She does a great job moving around on these snowy roads, but
right.
on the hills. But
Yeah,
she likes to eat, so
Yeah.
I don't take her out too much.
I'd just like to recap what we talked about this morning. I want to thank the board again for their confidence in me to come down here and lead this school district. I'm elated that they made that selection, and I'm just so blessed to be here. And I want to thank Mike Traylor again for his services for our school board and the many years that he's been here. He's done a fabulous job. We're going to miss him and his wife Kim. I think we looked at the other night. We had a Christmas party at their house on Saturday night, and they sponsored a Christmas party at their house. I think every year but one, all the years that he's been on the board, and I think it's been since 2009. So I think it's eight of the last 9 years they've had the Christmas party at the Traylor's house, and they have a truly beautiful house out in the country, south of town. It's absolutely beautiful, beautiful place. I also want to thank the other board members for having the confidence in me and coming down here to be the leader of this school district. Bill Clift is an outstanding man of the community. Tim Kennedy, our postman in the community. Kim Jackson, she's a nurse at the health department. And we had Susan Knight that resigned this summer because of job commitments, and her kids were in 2 different states. And I understand that family comes first. But it's truly a pleasure to be here. Also, the ATC, or the Regional Career Center, as we call it now, I'll get that straight eventually. Ribbon cutting will be the 13th at 10 o'clock. Derek Ramsey, the Secretary of Labor for the state of Kentucky, is coming down to do the ribbon cutting. And we'll look forward to having the other school districts Board of Education come. I hope they do, and other superintendents be here as well. And I thank you for letting us come out on your show today.
Well, we sure do appreciate having you. I think Audrey's going to try to make it out there for the ribbon cutting,
right.
So maybe you can.
Hope so. We'll talk with her there and give her some other information.
Sure. By then you should know about the snow day if that's been approved.
Right. So and we'll know more about that at that point. And
how many snow days are actually on the calendar?
I don't have it in front of me now. I think there's 5 or 6. We average about 5 or 6 days, I believe, a year missing because of snow. So they kind of built those in the calendar. Mm-hmm. And the 19th is the first one that's built in as a makeup day. So, it only makes sense to go ahead. If we missed a day, go ahead and make it up.
When's the first day of Christmas break? Is that
Christmas Day? 19th. The 19th was to be the first day of Christmas break, but they put that in the calendar as the first makeup day if we'd already missed a day.
Gotcha.
And that was done last year. It was done before I came down. So
right.
I'm just following what was already on the books.
So you're not taking responsibility for that.
I'm taking responsibility to make sure we follow the calendar. Mm-hmm. And that's it is what it is. We just need to be positive about it and do something great with our kids.
Now, how did you end up in the Princeton area from Elizabethtown? I mean, you kind of walked me through your how you got to where you are, but
I was looking. It's always been on my bucket list to be a superintendent since I came in education back in 1997.
Okay.
I mean, I started out as a teacher's aide. I went through the troops to teachers transition. That's how I got my certification. They used 10 years of my evaluations to qualify me in a subject area, which is business administration. I came on, once I got certified, I came on Elizabethtown to be a business teacher at the alternative school. in Elizabethtown. Then I went back to school. I said, I cannot influence a lot as a teacher. You can every day as a teacher, but if you want to influence the entire school system, you have to be in administration. So I went back to school to be an administrator, and finished that up. And I was taking a class in Caverna for superintendent course, and Dr. Roberts was the instructor. He was the superintendent there. He says, anybody like to be an assistant principal down here in Caverna? And I was the only one in the class that raised his hand. And he said, there may be something wrong with you, Huggins. You're the only one raised, or maybe you're the only one that has direction in life. I said, I'm the only one that has direction in life. I'd like to start my administration as the assistant principal here at Caverna. So that's where I started, and then that job went away because the enrollment went down. I went to be the principal at LaRue County Middle School for 4 years, had a great time in LaRue County School District. And then the high school principal job came open in Elizabethtown. I applied for that. I received that. I got the chance to go back home. Spent 2 years there, and then they had a change in superintendency, and a position that the assistant superintendent came open, and I applied for that. And then spent 11 years there. Then I applied for this job, and because it was always on my bucket. I applied a couple of times in Elizabethtown when it came open. Didn't get selected, and that's okay. It wasn't meant to be at that time. I wasn't ready. And I applied for this job, and I was fortunate to get selected.
Well, that's awesome. That's an awesome story. So you've met your goals.
I've met the goals so far.
Now you're ready just to.
I'm gonna make Princeton, Caldwell County school system the best it could possibly be.
Yes.
That's my focus.
And that's an excellent focus. That's what needs to happen. We need to see our kids succeed.
We need to see our kids succeed and have opportunities that we didn't have when we were children.
Exactly.
And make sure they're ready to walk out and be successful, and whether they go to college or whether they go in the workforce. And that's what's great about this Regional Career Center, getting them ready for the workforce.
Exactly. Nate, it has been a joy talking to you.
It's a pleasure. I've got an admin meeting at 9 o'clock.
Oh, I don't know if you're going to make it over there on time.
They'll wait for me, hopefully.
Okay. Thank you so much
Betsy,
for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And letting me keep you a little extra. I appreciate it.
That's okay.
Thank you. You have a great day.
You have a great day, too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Nate Huggins, Caldwell County School Superintendent, and, go out if you can and join them for that ribbon cutting of the new center. That's going to be Thursday at 10 a.m.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Look for sunny skies today with a high getting near 48. Clouds tonight with an overnight low around 35. Tomorrow's going to be partly sunny. The high is going to be near 50 tomorrow. 30% chance of rain moves into the forecast overnight tomorrow night with the low around 41. Rain is likely to continue on Thursday with cloudy skies and a high near 53. And Thursday night rain with a low around 46. Today's forecast again is calling for sunny skies with a high near 48.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by the Joshua Tree.
The doctor is in at Health First Community Health Center. Dr. Jamie Perry is ready to care for the community, providing primary care services at 1100 South Jefferson Street, Princeton. Are you struggling to afford your prescriptions? Let Health First help you. They offer various prescription assistance programs for their patients. Call the Outreach Department for more information at 1-877-667-7017. At Health First Community Health Center, your health is their first concern.
Here's your Monday through Thursday holiday schedule at Capitol Cinemas Main Street in Princeton. And we've got the nation's current week #1 and #2 movie, Ralph Breaks the Internet, #1, Dr. Zeus the Grinch, #2. Here's our lineup. Cinema 1, Monday through Thursday, Robin Hood, PG-13. It shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. All our shows will be Monday through Thursday at 6:30. Cinema 2, Dr. Zeus the Grinch, Monday through Thursday, 6:30. And Ralph Breaks the Internet, PG. Grinch, of course, is PG also. And Ralph Breaks the Internet, #1 movie in the nation, will be here at 6:30 Monday through Thursday. Now, Robin Hood will end Thursday, and coming Friday, expected to be one of the major hits, the blockbusters of the holiday season, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, a new take on the Spider-Man series. It's PG-13. That's our lineup, and if you've forgotten all that, don't forget our 24-hour show info number, 365-7900, or just Google us, Capitol Cinemas, Princeton, Kentucky.
For a delicious meal, try Kay's Kitchen in Princeton. They have great home cooking, just like Mom and Grandma used to do. Enjoy cook-to-order breakfast every day, all day. Daily lunch specials include favorites like open-faced roast beef, grilled chicken tenderloins, country fried steak, smoked pork chops, and catfish and shrimp on Fridays. All your favorite veggies, too. And don't forget desserts. Open Monday through Thursday, 5 to 2, Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 5:30 to 11. Kay's Kitchen, 501 North Jefferson Street, Princeton, 1 block from the courthouse.
Fredonia Valley Bank and the Lyon County branch would like to send everyone warm Christmas wishes and hope your holiday season brings love, joy, and laughter your way. While you enjoy being with your family and friends, all the employees at the Fredonia Valley Bank hope you will come by and visit them during this festive time of year. Join them in knowing the celebration and blessings of Christ's birth. Visit us at 602 Cassidy Avenue, Fredonia, and 226 Commerce Street, Eddyville. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
It's a Tiger basketball doubleheader on WPKY.
I'm Dennis Stevens, inviting you to join us as Caldwell County takes part in the brand new Kentucky 2A Championships. The Lady Tigers and Tigers will take on Paducah Tillman. Airtime is this Thursday evening at 5:45.
Catch the game on 1580 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com. We've got Tiger basketball covered.
WPKY.